Karlik's Minecraft Stories, Chapter 10. The Village in Sight. The sun rose again above the forest, and its rays lit the roof of Karlik's little house. It was a different kind of morning. Karlik could feel that something special was going to happen today. Dacek hopped on the table, pecking at the wooden plank, then clucked so loudly that Karlik had to shake his head. Dacek, you've got more energy than me and the whole forest combined. He laughed. After breakfast, they set out for a walk. The air was fresh, the grass still wet with morning dew. Karlik thought about the villager he had met in the cave. It had been only a short encounter, but the thought that they weren't alone had stayed with him. Dacek, he said, what if we found a village? The little chicken clucked as if he knew exactly which way to go. They followed a small stream until, between the trees, a narrow path appeared. It was clear that someone had walked this way before. Karlik decided to follow it. The path led uphill, and when they reached the top, Karlik stopped and gasped. In the distance, between fields and meadows, stood a village. Small houses made of stone and wood, fenced gardens, and thin smoke rising from the chimneys. Dacek, look, a village, Karlik shouted. The little chicken took off, running so fast that Karlik almost lost sight of him. When they reached the edge of the village, they saw the first villagers. They were working in the fields, harvesting golden wheat. They looked human, but somehow different, square heads and large noses. Karlik felt his heart pound. He was nervous, but also full of excitement. They weren't alone anymore. One of the villagers noticed them and waved. Karlik hesitated for a second, then waved back. Meanwhile, Dacek ran straight into the field, trying to imitate the villager, jumping and pecking at the wheat with his beak. The villager stared for a moment and then burst out laughing. Karlik blushed. I'm sorry, he's helping, he said sheepishly. The villager smiled. Welcome among us, he said in a deep, friendly voice. My name is Thomas. You must be Karlik. We've heard about you from our scout. He saw you near the cave. Karlik nodded. Yes, that was me. I didn't know there were others living here. Thomas led them through the village. He showed them the small houses, the workshop, and the animal pens. Karlik was amazed, verwondert. After so many days alone, he finally saw a place where people worked and lived side by side. Dacek, of course, found his own kind of fun. He dashed into the barn and tried to cluck at a cow. The cow mooed, turned around, and ignored him completely. The villagers laughed, and Karlik had to carry Dacek outside. Dacek, you're going to get me in trouble, he sighed, still smiling. That evening, the villagers invited Karlik and Dacek to the campfire. They sang songs, ate roasted fish, and shared stories. Karlik felt like he belonged, part of something bigger. Maybe, he thought, this was the start of real friendship. Tomas placed a hand on his shoulder. You are welcome here. If you ever need advice or help, our village will be here for you. Karlik thanked him, his eyes glistening. It wasn't just about surviving anymore. Now, there was hope. That together, they could build something greater. As night fell, the village grew quiet. Karlik looked up at the starry sky, his heart full of gratitude. Dacek sat close beside him and clucked softly, as if saying, We're going to like it here. And so ended the day when Karlik and Dacek discovered the village, a day that changed everything. Because now they knew they were not alone in this strange, blocky world.